Juicy, saucy, legendary champions are one thing on this free-to-play account, and the likes of the apparently very, very shy today, Thorlin Foulbeard finally decides to show on up. But dude, the epics on the free-to-play account are where it's really at and where the progression actually happens, man. 10 times easier to build, of course, than legendary champions, man. Even the good old completely free Morag Bronzelocke. Now, we've got a couple of epic champions that are going to be joining this epic champion roster just now in today's video on this free-to-play account. One of them is going to be Fenix. We'll get to him in just a second. The other is gonna be Ghomm Yellowhand. Oh yes, the fusion component champion for the ongoing Titus fusion. This guy is a beast. We're making a case for this guy, such that even if you are skipping the Titus fusion, I highly recommend, if you're in like a free-to-play account situation like me on this account right here, that you go ahead and grab at least one copy of Ghomm Yellowhand. This guy is crazy good. So before we get to that, man, if you're looking to join me in my free-to-play adventure and start off a new free-to-play account of your own, which I think I'm actually going to do using this beginner promo link, maybe just like a mini-series or something myself, because it's that saucy, then use the beginner promo link that is down below at the top of the video description box, man, to create that new raid account. All you gotta do is be signed out, apply and play on your laptop or PC, hit that link, use it to create a new account, finish the tutorial, and you're done. Good old Basilius Varanus will show up as your free start legendary on that account, as well as a few epic champions as well as you level on up. And then don't forget to use beginner code Demon Slayer to also get Thorlin Foulbeard on day one of that new raid account as well, man. Best beginner promo link going, hot off the press, make sure to get it used. Okay, man, so Ghomm, why is he so good? He's actually a little bit underrated, by the way. I don't know what's going on with these ratings. Like, this is insane. This is crazy as hell. These ratings are nuts in how inaccurate they are. I think he's way better than those reviews suggest. He's got a double hit at A1 with the chance of placing Leech and Heal Reduction debuff, which is just a nice A1 to have. The fact it's double hitter gives him some utility alongside ally attackers and stuff into Finite, which is why I'm going to be showcasing the guy. He also brings an increased speed buff on a 310 cooldown on his A2, and also places continuous heal buff on allies as well. So, bit of healing, premium buff on a 310, saucy. The real power though, dude, is in the A3, man. This is crazy. Attack all enemies, 310 cooldown bucked, decrease the attack rate of all enemies by 15%, and then has a 75% land stun debuff on all enemies for a 10. This is nutty. This is crazy, man. You've also got to bear in mind that this is a void affinity epic champion, right? Meaning that, of course, he can't be weak hitting, you know, into negative affinity matchups. It's not like he's for example, a Huskarl, who's also one of the better epic champion, like stun champions in the game as well, who for some reason has better reviews than Ghomm, which makes no sense at all, because Huskarl is spirit affinity, meaning when he attacks in with his A2 stun skill, yeah, it's a 75% land rate, exactly the same as Ghomm's, but it means he can weak hit into magic affinity enemies, right? And then he just outright fails to land the stun at that point. Also, Huskarl only decreases the temperature of enemies under stun debuffs by 15%. Ghomm, he just gets that for free as part of the same skill no matter what. And I know that Huskarl, of course, brings other things to the table, but you know what else Ghomm brings to the table? Like the best buff in the game with increased speed. I don't know, dude. I feel like this guy's really, really solid. And so where am I going to be showcasing Ghomm? Well, I'm jumping on over to my main account where I've actually got like spare gear to throw on the Ghomm. He's going to be our aura lead, ally attack at all battles by 25% in a budget style Fire Knight team, right? The only champion that's a little bit rough to get is going to be the Coltite. You know, this could be replaced with like an Allure or any other multi-hit or 10-meter controller. This is how his stats look, and this is how I've got his team AI set up as well, man. This is what you can do with your control type champions into stuff like Fire Knight as well. You might want them to open up with their AoE crowd control skill, like chance to play stun, and then don't let them use it after using it for the opener so that they can then spam it against the second wave, right? And then you can go ahead and change their instructions as well to do what you need to do, like increase speed buffs and whatever once you get to the boss. But this is a really, really good strategy meant to get more value out of your your wave controller champions in the likes of Fire Knight. And I like to call this champion role the babysitter role, right? It's this kind of champion's job to just make sure that your team gets through the waves unscathed and everybody makes it to the boss nice and safe, so that your boss killer champions and your 10-meter controllers can then do their job against the Fire Knight boss. And so what we go, oh my god, dude, straight away on 10-1, Ghomm is actually the fastest champion of the team. I wasn't ready for that. Man. I paused recording real quick. But as you can see, he's just going to control up everybody so that even if we don't have enough damage on the team to kill the wave right away, which if you're progressing in Fire Knight for the first time, like you're a beginner player watching this, it can be rough. It can be, even with decreased defense debuffs up on the entire enemy team, with a level 60 kid, level 60 Morag on the team, or whatever, like more budget options you're running, it can be rough to get the full wave dead right away into Fire Knight. And so having a champion like Ghomm that can come in and sort of stun everybody up. I don't know how so many enemies resisted in this wave, by the way, but hopefully that's not gonna come bite us in the ass now, you know what I'm saying? I'm also a bit worried because he's level 40, right? He's level 40, so if he takes like one hit off of anybody, he might just die, you know? So I'm a little bit concerned about that as well. But ideally, this would be like a level 50 or even like a level 60 Ghomm on your account, so he can afford to take 1 or 2 hits if he has to, right? But it looks like he's going to get us through the wave basically unscathed, and so even though my damage isn't stupendous against waves of enemies on this team, he's going to be able to do a job. Now, hopefully, I've also got him to open up with this A1 against the boss because he's got a double hit at A1, right? So he's going to plink down a couple of the shield stacks, which is great. And then we're going to have Morag come in with the ally attack in just a second. And hopefully that lands on the Ghomm as well. Oh, it actually does land on the Ghomm as well. And so that's just a crap load of multi-hitters meant to toss into the boss. And then BAM! The Cold Eye comes in with the 10-meter control. So it's just as well that we got a little bit lucky with the ally attack skill there on the Morag. And of course, this team could be further refined. I threw this team together in like 5 minutes. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, even a level 40 Ghomm bringing a little bit of 10-meter control, the double header, the wave control, the increased speed buff, the value of which can never be underestimated in this video game of Raid Shadow Legends. And yeah, I think that you've got a very, very good epic champion here. If anything, just for wave content and faction wars, like, you're never not gonna get value out of Ghomm. I forgot his second name. Ghomm the Goat, we'll call him. There you have it, man. Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt, Ghomm is your goat, Morag is your dwarf, Amateur is your whatever. He's not bad. That said, Ghomm the Goat will be sacrificed. We do sacrifice goats in our main account. He will be sacrificed on the main account to complete the fusion, of course. But yeah, on the free-to-play account, definitely going to be building good old Ghomm. You know who else I'm in the midst of building? Actually, let's just 6-star him right now, dude. I'm ready. Where is he? There he is. Good old Fennex. The food champions are ready to go in the vault, and bam, just like that, we've got a 6-star nub on the account, dude. Pretty good, man. Before we get to Fennex, I guess Fennex actually deserves some gear now on the free-to-play account. This is a great champion to have in the free-to-play, by the way. Oh my god, can I just say. There's a bunch of other champions that I'm thinking about maxing up. You know what, I'll get to those in a sec, man. Fennex is going to be awesome for progression into ice golems. I way underestimated how good Fennex was into golems. Like, okay, yeah, sure. He has an A1 that can block revive. Big deal, you know. Nah, I was just an idiot. It's also one of the hardest hitting A1 skills in the game. Definitely the hardest hitting A1 from any epic champion. There's like basically no competition there. It's an attack when enemy places an extra hit if the target has any debuffs, which is such an easy condition to meet. It has an attack multiplier of a 4, maybe even a 4.1. It was like a 4.2. I don't know, man. Whatever. Like, it's around 4, you know, which is really good for an A1 skill already. And the fact that you can double hit with this thing is just unreal, right? Also, enemies killed by the skill cannot be revived. It's just a nice to have as well. He's also actually a pretty solid starter champion for getting you involved in Chimera, especially if you're up against like an affinity of Chimera, where suddenly your regular block buffs champion is weak hitting, right? And so you want to make sure that you're maintaining the decreased speed debuff at all times. Fennex brings a 60% land rate, decreased defense, and decreased speed debuff for 2 turns, so he can't really do the job reliably on his own. But put alongside another unreliable decreased speed debuffer, he can do a job, and that also brings block buffs at 75, or rather 80% land rate, which is a weird number to have him on there as well. So he's a little bit of a jack of all trades when it comes to his debuffs, but he makes up for it with just the raw power of the A1. And wouldn't this just be the dream, dude? This is the Fennex on my main account, and honestly, this is the Fennex that has inspired me to very quickly build up this champion on the free-to-play account as well. Now, I don't expect the Fennex on the free-to-play account to be having the same devastating impact that he's had on the main account. Should point out as well, by the way, this guy, he's in some good gear pieces, you know, like I'm pretty happy with some of these, man. Some of the crit damage percentage action, attack and accuracy pinpoint chestplate with, you know, fine substat rolls. He's in some like pretty okay gear with some of these pieces, but he's not like the best gear in the account by any means. Like, he's got himself like a 5-star pinpoint banner as well. A little bit of like a hodgepodge of gear sets on this guy. But dude, the guy's a beast. This is my hard mode Ice Golem team. It's like hard mode stage 4 or something. I'm still like in the midst of actually refining this team and progressing my way through this dungeon a little bit. The guy helps smack against the waves. He of course blocks revive against the boss's minions, which is crucial, right? For every one of the boss's minions that's alive in this dungeon, the boss's counterattacks ignore 50% of your team's defense, which is horrific to deal with. And here he is against the boss. Now, of course, again, I know that this is like an awakened Fennex. I know this is like a 4 times empowered Fennex and all that, but dude, getting the block revive against these things, like, it's gonna have timeless value into Ice Golem, such that whenever we trigger the Ice Golem's attack, it will now only revive one of its minions. And it's something for me to work towards, at least, on the free-to-play account as well. Oh, bloody hell. There goes the boss's counter-attack, and of course, the minion on the right fails to revive, dude, so we don't have to worry about all of that ignore defense coming in and clocking us over the head just now. Yeah, it's a slow clear for my Ice Golem team, but you guys know what I'm like when it comes to Ice Golem clears. Safety first, right? Survival tools first. Block debuffs, shields, increase defense, decrease attack against the boss, all of those things take priority every single time over just getting the boss dead quickly. This is a team I could sort of refine a little bit further on my main account, but just showing what Fenix can do in this squad. And so that's the 6-star Fenix, now back on the free-to-play account, of course. Next champion I'm looking to build after the Fenix, man, I tell you what, man, I think it might be time for C's, dude. I think it might actually be time for this mad lad little ogre right here, half goblin, half ogre action going on in this guy. I think this guy is way underrated. I think it'd be really cool just to make like a showcase video on this guy anyway. And the main reason that I want to build this guy is because I just don't have any 10-meter controllers. I haven't pulled any allures or whatever, you know. I've got Armager, and I've got, well, just Armager, really, you know. I know that Ghomm brings a little bit of decreased 10-meter, but he's more like supplementary than anything, and so, yeah, not really going to work. C's, however, actually very solid into Finite, in theory. Again, not built this guy yet. Might be the guy. I might go ahead and build him so that you guys don't have to, right? Place an increased stack buff for this champion for 210s if he crits with his A1. Triple hitter on his A2, which is great. Fill this champion's champion by 10% on each crit. Also place a fail buff on this champion for A10, 310 cooldown. So solid little triple hitter opener against the Finite boss. And he brings an attack all enemies increased crit damage skill on a 310 on his A3 as well. So you can also help out a little bit against the waves and be a little bit of a wave nuker. Really though, with C's, you want to build him fast. Where's the 10-meter control cob? Well, it's on his passive, man. Steal 15% of the 10-meter from the enemy with the highest 10-meter at the end of this champion's turn. This effect cannot be resisted. So good stuff. Means that he can't weak hit into any affinity of Finite, which is lovely. It's also 10-meter steal, so if you're building him quite fast, you steal the 10-meter rather than just reducing 10-meter. If you can build him nice and quick and just get him around again, using his 10 again, it kind of becomes like a what? Almost like a self-fueling engine of some kind, you know? Again, in theory, it'd be an interesting champion to build. I'm pretty sure that C's combined with Armager and then with like a Ghomm, bringing a little bit of 10-meter control as well into Finite. I'm pretty sure that should be more than enough for me to progress up to stage 20 Finite with this champion squad, right? Ghomm to control the waves and to get us to the boss, and then C's and Armager to take care of business against the boss. Of course, coupled up with the likes of Morag's ally attack skill and maybe the Haikatune as the aura lead. We might have trouble getting the boss's shield stacks down even then, but we'll see. I think C's triple hitter A2 is going to be quite a big help as well. I think this is another good example of an epic champion that you can look at and think, as a new player, you might look at the reviews and think, oh my god, man, the in-game reviews like say that he's not very good, man. Well, like, what's it, a 3.7 in a Finite's Castle? Oh man, he must suck. And maybe he does. Maybe I'll regret building this guy, but I feel like this is a good case of you can just safely ignore the reviews if a champion just has everything that you need and everything that you're looking for to progress in this game. Just ignore the bloody reviews and build the guy. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, the Prism Shard pull. Yeah, we pulled a Lady Quillen on the free-to-play account. I actually forgot to include it in a recent shard pulling video. I said I put the Prism Shard pull on the free-to-play account, and at the end, we pulled Lady Quillen. Basically the worst champion I could have pulled from the entire Prism pool. It was a fantastic Prism pool as well. Even the epic champions were amazing, and we just pulled, I mean, I won't say chicken because she's a fusion champion, but god, not great. Anyways, man, there you have it. I hope you guys enjoyed this little free-to-play account update. Probably a good idea for me to do a little bit of Minotaur farming now on this free-to-play account as well. Get some levels, get some mastery scrolls farmed up on this FedEx. I want to thank all you guys for watching, man. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit like, subscribe, all that good stuff, man. This is your free-to-play account update from me that I like to put up like maybe once a week or so, just to let you guys know how it's going and how things are progressing along. Thorlin Foulbeat has made an incredible difference on this account, but I've given plenty of spotlight already, so yeah, we don't need to do any more of that. Hey, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you also enjoyed this one, man. And of course, if you do get to join me in my free-to-play adventure, start off a new free-to-play account of your own, then use the beginner promo link that's down below at the top of the description box to get that done for a free legendary champion in the form of Mr. Roanus on day 1 of your new raid account. Thanks for stopping by, and I'm going to catch all of you guys just a tad bit later, man.